Indigenous politics is a fascinating topic, and this is an excellent time to study it. By indigenous politics, I mean two interrelated processes. On the one hand, the articulation of indigenous peoples or First Nations collective demands vis-à-vis the states that occupy their ancestral territories, as well as international organizations. And on the other hand, the politics of legislating and enacting indigenous peoples' collective rights, whether at the international, national, or local levels. Let me give you 3 reasons why this is an excellent time to study indigenous politics. First, the indigenous rights articulated in the United Nations declarations on the rights of indigenous peoples of 2007 are changing the international legal landscape, opening the path for the enactment of indigenous collective land rights and self-determination where they did not exist. Second, the recognition of indigenous peoples as First Nations is contributing to the reconceptualization of the poorly termed nation states, showing that these are not single imagined nations, but in fact a plurinational nation or state encompassing many indigenous nations. And third, other collective indigenous rights, such as the right to free, prior, and informed consent, are changing the way in which companies and states are utilizing and extracting natural resources in indigenous territories, sometimes with consequential effects for environmental sustainability. So the articulation of indigenous peoples' collective demands and implementation of their rights is certainly very uneven across countries and within countries. It is therefore a very fruitful research agenda for students and young scholars who wish to explain the causes and consequences of such differences. Finally, for the non-indigenous student or researcher, such as myself, interested in allyship with indigenous peoples, the study of indigenous politics is an opportunity to engage with policymaking and action towards more just, inclusive, sustainable, and equitable futures. I invite you to my faculty website to read more about the study of indigenous politics, and to the website of the Penn Center for Latin American and Latinx Studies, where you will find past and upcoming events on these and related topics, including presentations by indigenous scholars and leaders. Thank you very much.